Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
First down catch there by Gerald Everett, who made the move to the Los Angeles Chargers, knowing that they enjoy utilizing their tight ends. Remember Antonio Gates, Hunter Henry? Everett hoping to be next in line at that position to give them big-time performances.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And this is caught by Williams. Fights through it. A big play there for L.A. And even 60 yards.
It's a gain of 60 yards. That's another Chargers first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Eckler. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense, because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Now they send a man in motion right. Eckler again. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 19-yard line. They run here with a 2nd-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
4th down, here's Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least
way, somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And, boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play would be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away? It could cost them a ball game.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and he's taking care of that early.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he is going to have a Broncos 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Wilson.
This one swung out to Williams.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Williams, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. And it's caught. And decision here on 4th and goal. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes the return. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Second and 8 coming up. Now it's Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Herbert feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back
who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Once more, here's Eckler. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. The try here for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. To throw is Wilson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson.
And the Chargers will take over here just shy of the 30.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
That's good for 28 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this 2nd half as they trail, and we are back underway.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he returns this to the 22.
Smith on the return. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. There's Wilson.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnston.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Up the middle with Eckler. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down and 4. Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilson.
He's got it complete to Tolbert.
Touchdown, Broncos.
Jalen Tolbert.
His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Broncos have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Shoves him aside. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one goes for 24 yards. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, Herbert. They'll find Williams on the slant. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Eckler down between the tackles. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
In motion left, the tight end. On 2nd and goal. Herbert. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Randy Gregory able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now it's Wilson. And this
this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
On third down, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands. I hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he is going to have a Broncos first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them.
Again, Wilson. He's got it to Williams.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, Williams. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Wilson to throw. Steps away to his left, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on Wilson. Throw right side, complete to Williams.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Got a man complete. It's Hamler. He will have the conversion and more than that.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken a lead late in the final minute of the fourth. Wow. Wow.
Nagar now for the point after.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Herbert.
He's got a man, complete. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that's going to tie things at 20. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles. A pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First throw in overtime now for Wilson.
Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
Now Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
7 yards there and a first down. Now we give up the middle to Williams.
56 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
And the Broncos are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Now it's Wilson. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. He's at the 50. The 30.
Hey, goodbye. That's off my field.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
So, for the Chargers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2.